Hello again. I just wanted to share some of this amazing scenery out here with you. Take a look at this. This is incredible. This is a little bit more about this road that I'm on. Just got to show you this. It's pretty amazing. So when you look at the mountains, you just see how gorgeous it is out here. And this road leads up the canyon where I was just a minute ago. And then you can see this is my home. This is the good old Tooele Valley out in Utah. It is a beautiful place. Just west of Salt Lake City, but you can see how gorgeous this place is. So wanted to share a little bit about that. It is kind of cool. I love living out here. I'm very blessed to be in this area and just wanted to share that with you a little bit. So one thing I will say to you, again, it's filmed on the same day. I'll probably release this one probably on Sunday, but I just wanted you to know, when you are looking at your career path and what you're trying to do in your life, make sure you have a good plan. Everything you do is tied to other opportunities in the future. So with that said, you kind of got to have a vision of where you were and where you want to be. So as I say that, I think, sometimes it's really hard to see, when something's in front of you, and it's like you need a bigger perspective. So sometimes just writing down your thoughts on paper about your vision of where you wish to be in maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and a year is a very healthy activity. So I'm going to tell you one thing that you can do is make sure you're often learning and keeping your eye on the big picture. So when I come up to a place like this and you look at the big picture in general and just about where you are, and it really does make you realize that your problems are really small. The universe is, huge, and our little earth with all our problems and all these things that we face every day, just a minuscule little tiny thing on the blip of the screen. So quite frankly, you got to make it count. And so every moment that you don't plan is like you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's really true. I can't even say how that has meant a lot to me in this time of my life. I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm taking some, entrepreneurial steps. I'm learning about, different things. And it's a unique place. I mean, it can be scary, and it's okay. You don't have to be afraid. When you're brave and you go out and you learn and you're trying things that are new and they're a little uncomfortable, you're stretching yourself just a little bit. So whether that's a stretch assignment at work, or whether that's just doing something you've never done before, or whatever it may be, keep doing that in your career, because eventually that's going to pay off. And we're in a time where, being your own best advocate is the best thing you could ever do. I mean, it could be anything really, but when I think about this concept of just planning and being wise and being smart and just thinking about where I want to go, I come out to places like this and I just look around for a minute. Just look around and see how gorgeous this world is. And then sometimes you just gotta take a drive and then write it down. So thought I'll leave with you today. Whatever you're doing in your career right now, this is just one small little moment in your life. Careers are 40 years, maybe 50, 60. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a long time. So take every day for what it is and make it count and keep trying to grow. And the motorcyclist says hello. Anyway, out here in this beautiful place, these are just some of my thoughts, but they've served me well. And I still have a lot to learn, but I love where I'm headed. I love what life's doing right now. It is an interesting time. Just got to keep going and growing and learning, which is really what it's all about. If you plateau and you're just kind of on a straight path like this, you don't go anywhere. If there's no challenge, is it worth it? So take those opportunities to grow and stretch when they come. They will not be comfortable at first, and that's okay. But when you learn those skills and when you're taking that risk, it's going to take you to a new place. So I recently wrote an article for Recruiting Daily, and it's about to go live probably here in about a week, maybe a week and a half. And it's kind of funny. It was inspired by a band by the name of 1,000 Foot Crutch. But the song is called The End Is Where We Begin. And so, the end is where we begin. So like I'm saying here, this may sound funny, but if I'm going to give you some advice, my recruiting life and my career life, I would tell you the end, when you have that as your goal, and say for wanted to go, say your life is like this trail, that mountain up there. I'm actually going to hike that at some point, and I'm going to go to the top of this mountain over here. And when I get to the top of it, for me, something I'm going to be proud of. It'll be kind of, it'll be one of those things that's kind of a symbol, if you will, of my life, in a sense, because climbing mountains is what it's all about. Sometimes you're unsure of it. You're not sure what you're doing. The trail is kind of weird. It's going to get rocky. It's going to get steep. It's going to have a steep incline going up. It's going to make you huff and puff a little bit. You're going to get tired. But what do you get at the end of it? Well, if I hadn't come up this canyon today, I wouldn't. And if you listen in the distance, you can hear the creek below. And it's just cool about nature and what you can realize about life sometimes when you kind of just stop. So there's someone I follow. His name is David Steindl-Rast. And he talks about stop, look, go. And sometimes you just got to stop, smell the rose bushes, take a moment to think, plan a moment of attack, and then go. And see, that's not always easy because, we want to do things. We want to get it done. We're kind of focused. So that's what I think. I mean, I could tell you all sorts of things about this topic, but yeah, this is me just kind of talking through this. There is no script on this video, I promise you. I'm just talking as I think of things. So, but hey, that's the reality. I mean, sometimes I look at lists like these and I just have to take a moment and what it is and the lessons that it teaches me, because quite frankly, life is so short not to live for your purpose. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what that purpose is, don't give up on it. Steve Jobs said that if you haven't found your purpose yet, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it. And that's really what it is about work and life and everything you do. When you find that purpose and what gets you out of bed every day, that's such a beautiful thing. And I'm at that point now where I have my purpose. I know what I want. I know what I want to be doing and where I want to get to. And I have this vision of myself and where I'm going to wind up. And that's okay. It might not be pretty all the time. But you know what? It's worth it. And so I'll just leave you with that thought. This has gone about 8 minutes, but I've kind of blabbed on here. But I did kind of put this video out there. As I was just thinking of it, just kind of all this thought came to me. And again, I'll probably release it on Sunday. Second video already done. Just driving down the mountain. I just like, oh, this is so pretty. I should talk about this a little bit. Anyway, but that's what happened. So there we are. I hope this is helpful. I'll probably try to have a little more organized content. I have a little friend right now who's a little bug here that wants to say hello. But anyway, you have a great night. Thanks for watching. And day, morning, wherever it is for you. And take care of yourself.